People often wonder whether or not they should guess on their SATs because they know that the ETS takes off a quarter of a point for each question that they get wrong. Well, actually, that's not exactly true. For the questions that have 5 answers, you know, A, B, C, D, and E, they'll take off a quarter of a point. For the ones that only have 4 choices, A, B, C, D, they'll take off a third of a point. So I'm going to argue that it's much better to guess, and then guessing actually won't hurt you. So let's explore that for a second. So let's look at the ones that have 5 questions to them. All right, let's say there's 100 questions, right? And what are your chances of, if you don't even know what the questions are, if you just see the answer sheet and you just randomly fill in, what are your chances of getting them right? Well, 1/5 of those you're going to get right, by chances of probability, which is 20 questions, right? So you're going to get 20 questions right if you just randomly fill in the answers. Now, what happens if well, on the other end, you're going to get 80 questions wrong, right? 80 are going to be wrong. So 20 are right and 80 are wrong. Hold on a second there. Okay. So 20 right, 80 wrong. And you're going to get 20 points for this. For the 80 wrong ones, you're going to get 80 times a quarter of a point for each one that you get wrong. Guess what that is? 80 over 4 is 20. So you're going to get 20 points for the right answers minus 20 points for the wrong answers. You're going to end up at 0. Okay, well, that's not worse than if you just filled in nothing. If you filled in nothing, you're going to have 0. And the same thing happens for the questions where you have 4 choices, A, B, C, and D. Well, they take off a third of a point, right? So if you have, again, let's say, let's not choose 100, let's choose 90 because that's easily divisible. But let's say you had 90 questions, right? And if you just randomly guess, actually, let's not choose 90, 80 questions, and you just randomly guess, you're going to get a fourth of them right. That's 20 right, which means you're going to get 60 wrong, right? And for those 60 that you get wrong, they're going to take off a third of a point for each one. They're going to take off 20 points. So again, 20 minus 20 is 0. So you're no worse off by guessing, at least, than if you just didn't even do the test at all. You didn't even fill in anything, or you left them all blank. Now, on top of that, let's take a question that looks like, okay, let's say, not even worrying about what the question is. Let's say choice A was radical 2 over 7. Choice B, radical 2 over 2. Choice C was radical 2, negative radical 2 over 2. Choice D was 2 over 2. And choice E is 3 radical 2 over 2. All right. So let's use a process of elimination here. Well, 4 out of 5 of these choices have a radical in them, so that's probably not right. Also, 4 out of 5 of these choices have a 2 in the denominator, so this guy's probably not right. None of the answers were negative except for this guy, so that guy's probably not right. And none of the answers had a coefficient in front of them, so this guy's probably not right. So even if you don't know, you could probably pick B for this choice. So my point here is, yeah, guessing is not going to hurt you because you're likely to limit your answer choices and narrow it down. So it's definitely not going to hurt you. The last thing I just want to say, I've ever seen that talk about guessing or talk about all sorts of cool tricks were up your score. I use it on my SATs. It's written by a bunch of kids who aced the SATs, and they know all these tricks. They even got like cool recipe for snacks and different things. So it's a real good book, and it has the same kind of ideas on guessing and more on what to do on the SATs.